each table gets greater each season. Welcome to your greater season. As we continue, and we left you with the coming attraction, I shared with you from this book, it all begins with the pen, of the power of RSVP and the power of invitation, and how each season leads to even greater seasons. And we're grateful that my father who passed away when I was 13 years old, he transformed my life as a 6-year-old at a vending machine. That vending machine gave me the courage to stand before a group of people and share John 3:16, for God so loved the world. The momentum of the invitation. That moment as a 6-year-old that got me on course to an amazing journey. And then who knew that moment would be the seed to even greater purpose in my journey. As a 23-year-old, as a 21-year-old, as a 22-year-old, God transformed my life. I wasn't ready to go to college initially after graduating high school, so I worked various jobs. And then one day in the midst of my journey, God called me. He gave me an invitation to leave my job. I was delivering office products at Office Depot. And on Andrews Air Force Base, I heard the voice of God. I had this feeling. I heard a voice invite me on a journey to leave that moment, which we'll talk about later in chapter 4, but leave that moment and begin my journey at Eastern University. And who knew that as a 23-year-old student, an untraditional student who took a journey from Baltimore to Philadelphia, that 3.5 years later, that I will be graduating with my Bachelor's of Arts in Communication from Eastern University. And the invitation was so powerful that my professors and the staff and the administration, they allowed me to lead my class out. I led the processional. I was able to read the scripture, the same scripture that my father encouraged me to read when I was 6. I was now a 26-year-old college graduate reading scripture before the masses of this graduation. The invitations just keep getting greater as the ministry would take me to Egypt, to Israel, to Nicaragua, to Thailand, all of these places. And it all started with a seed. I want to encourage you once again, the ability to respond, to RSVP to the various invitations that life may throw at you. Life may throw at you pain, valley, unexpected moments, but you and I are more than conquerors. We serve a God that is well able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we could ever ask or think. I'm going to let you know that whether you are the traditional student, whether you are the student who it took longer to find your purpose, whether you're that entrepreneur, whether you are that dreamer, it's not too late. That as you respond to the RSVP by hearing the gospel, but believing in the gospel, and here we are living it out as these opportunities are before us. That opportunity that my father gave me to read the scripture, that invitation to lead the processional at Eastern University, it led me to meeting people of great status, of people of prisons and people in jail, of people with all walks of life, to the point one day I was able to interact with the great Bishop Alfred Owens from the Greater Mount Calvary Church in DC. I had favor with the man of God, and after a New Year's revival at the First Baptist Church of Glenarden, he invited me to the after party at his home. They had great dinner, and at the dinner, I was invited. I got there. I was hesitant about going there. You have been there, that you don't know people there. You're by yourself, and you don't want to be just in the crowd. It's already midnight, and you're like, I'm just gonna go home. But I pressed my way. I did something that I'm out of my comfort zone, and I went because I responded to the invitation. And by me getting there, Bishop Owens sees me and he says, Jermaine, I'm gonna sit you at the table. Wow. At the table, I had no idea it was gospel icons there. Bishop T.D. Jakes was at the head of the table. Sister Erica Campbell of Mary Murray was there. Priscilla Shriver from the War Room was there. And guess who else was there? Jermaine Johnson was there. And we was eating fried chicken, sweet potatoes, talking about all these gospels, all these testimonies. It felt like I was sitting at the feet of Apostle Paul, as Bishop Jakes would give us the political climate. He would give us the various journeys of the gospel. And those moments for me were life-changing moments that simply was a response to an RSVP, an invitation that someone provided for me. And just like I'm speaking to you today and you're listening to me and we are able to have this synergy and this great moment and we're sharpening one another as hearers and listeners, as speakers, I say that to you, that there's power in your ability to respond.